Hi everyone, my name is Emily and I'm from Michigan. I have a great story to share with you. But first, please like and subscribe. I grew up on a beautiful piece of land with my older sister Rose. Our parents were super successful real estate investors, which meant they could afford to give us everything we wanted, except their attention. But Rose always invented games for us to play to keep me distracted. We spent all of our time in the woods at the edge of our property. I didn't care what we did. I just loved being with her. In the spring, a little creek running through the woods would fill up so high that we couldn't get across it safely. Let's build a rope bridge to get across. It'll be like our own private kingdom, just for us. It was magical. Sometimes the boy up the road from us, Ethan, would join our games. He was a year older than me and a year younger than Rose, and he followed her around like a hopeless puppy. You got a bug in your hair. Ew, where? Right here. I was super protective of Rose and always jumped in to fight Ethan off with my pretend sword. Hey, don't mess with my sister. Or else what? It's okay, Em. You don't have to worry about me. It's the older sister's job to be the protector, remember? But as we got older, Rose began spending more time on her own. We were still close, but a gap had opened between us. Can we go play in the woods? I'm busy today, Em. Come on. You can be the queen and I'll be your royal servant. Go ask Ethan. It's not the same, Rose. Please. I said not now. She stormed upstairs and slammed the door. I don't get it. Why doesn't she like me anymore? Don't worry, sweetie. Your sister's only growing up and she has things keeping her busy. She still loves you. I didn't like the change much, and I wasn't ready to grow up yet. So, I still went on our enchanted kingdom in the woods by myself. But then one day, everything changed. It was a beautiful spring day, and after school, I threw my backpack in the house and ran towards the woods. Rose was still walking up the path to the house. Come on, Rose. It's a glorious day. Too good to stay inside. Maybe later. I have to finish my homework. Finish it later. Come play with me. Later, Em. Promise. I was disappointed, but I went to the woods without her anyway. But seconds after I'd stepped onto the rope bridge, it suddenly snapped and I fell into the water. My arm hit a rock and I felt blinding pain. I tried to grab hold of something to stop myself, but the current was too strong. I tried screaming for help, but I knew no one would hear me. Just then, I spotted Ethan running down to the shore ahead of me and climbing onto a rock in the creek. As I came close to him, he grabbed me and pulled me out of the water. Oh my God, are you okay? You saved me. Can you walk? I think so. He helped me back to my house where my parents and Rose rushed out to me. Emily, what happened? I slipped and fell in the creek. My arm hurts really bad. Ethan saved me. Oh, my baby. I'm so glad Ethan was there. Rose looked too shocked to even speak, but I pressed her hand reassuringly. Luckily, I only had a broken arm and a minor concussion. I rested at home for a week with my parents fussing all over me, which felt really nice. I especially got a lot closer to Mom, who wanted to be near me all the time, and we'd even watch YouTube videos together every evening. Thank God for YouTube. But Rose was strangely absent, and I couldn't help feeling hurt by her coldness. Couldn't my sister take out some time for me even now? When I returned to school, it pinched me to see Rose laughing and talking with her friends, enjoying her life. But anytime I tried to talk to her, she made some excuse and ran away. I had to wear a cast for weeks, and after that, a sling for months. Learning to write with my left hand instead of my right was hard, but Ethan would help carry my books and supplies to school and back. He hung out with me every evening, and Rose ignored us both completely. What was her problem? One day after Ethan left, I barged into her room. What did I ever do to you, Rose? It's like you hate me now, and you won't even talk to Ethan. Why are you being so weird and distant with everyone? Emily, I don't hate you. I'm just dealing with something right now. What is it? You know there's nothing you can't talk to me about. Okay, it's Ethan. I've liked him for a while now, and recently I asked him out, but he rejected me because, well, he's gay. What? Are you sure? Yes, of course. He told me so. But you can't say a word to him because he made me swear I wouldn't tell anyone. He's not ready to come out yet. But yeah, I just feel a little depressed about that, and I can't be around him right now. I had no idea. I can stop hanging out with him if you want. It can be just us again. No, he needs a good friend around. I'll get over it soon. I just need some space, okay? I was shocked about Ethan, and a little hurt because I always thought we were close friends. But he told Rose instead of me, and I gave Rose the space she needed. In the halls of our high school, she would brush by me like a stranger. Ethan saw it too, and one day, he asked me about it. Did you and Rose have some fight? I wanted to tell him I knew about him rejecting her, but I didn't want to break Rose's trust. I thought maybe if Ethan and Rose could talk, things would go back to normal. I don't know. I really wish I could reach her, but hey, maybe you could talk to her for me. Sure, I can try. Thanks, and be understanding with her. She's obviously upset about something. Later that week, Ethan brought Rose her favorite candy and walked up to her locker. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but moments later I saw Rose's face turn angry and she pushed him hard to the floor. Just stay away from me and mind your own business. Rose stormed away and I was shocked at her behavior. I helped Ethan up and took him to the fountain outside. I have no idea why she reacted like that. Listen, Ethan, I know you're not ready for anyone to know, but I swear I'll keep your secret. I think Rose is still really hurt that you rejected her. Huh? What are you talking about? It's okay, Ethan. She told me everything. About you being gay and not wanting to be with her. She said that's why she stopped hanging around us. I thought maybe if you two talked again, things could be normal. But clearly I was wrong. Emily, whoa, hold on. I'm not gay, and that never happened between me and Rose. She just stopped talking to me out of the blue, and she pushed me just now because I told her she wasn't being a good sister to you. Huh? I don't understand. Why would she make up this lie? I was determined to get to the bottom of this, so later that day, I confronted her about it. I know Ethan isn't gay, Rose, and he never rejected you. So what's really going on? Ugh, I'm busy, Emily. I don't have time for this right now. That's the thing. You never have time anymore. You used to be the best big sister, but you changed into this cold, uncaring person who makes up lies and excuses to stay away from me. Now you're awful. Yep, I'm awful. So that's why I stay away. And I don't know why you're dying for my time and attention. Maybe it's time you grow up and do something on your own for once. So just leave me alone. And a week later, she left for college. I tried to keep in touch, but she didn't seem interested. So eventually, I gave up. I went to a college close to home and enrolled in presentation to my parents. I think you will see that this is an amazing opportunity for not only you, but for the people of this town. I must say, I'm impressed. What's going on? Rose has made an offer to buy this property from us. It has a lot of potential. Once we clear out the forest, we can use the available land for commercial properties, restaurants, a shopping plaza. What? You're gonna cut down the woods? Well, yes, of course. All that land is otherwise wasted. And you two are okay with this? Honey, this is just how business is done. What about the environmental impact? What about the animals who live here? Ugh, Emily, don't be so emotional about this. It's a great chance for this town to finally move forward. Move forward? Did you ever think maybe the town is okay with where we're at? Maybe you're the only one who wants to move forward all the time. I stormed out of the house. How could they do this? How could she do this? I returned sometime later from the woods to find Rose standing on the porch talking on the phone. Yes, it's almost done. Yes, of course. Let me call you back. My little sister looks like she wants to yell at me again. She ended her call and sighed. Go ahead, Emily. Tell me how horrible I am. I just don't understand. The woods are full of magic. Our magic. Why would you want to tear this all down? Doesn't it mean anything to you? Do you really need more money? It's not about the money. Then what? Don't you remember the robins in the trees? The way the sunlight looks on a summer morning? The fox tracks in the winter snow? The sound of our creek running in springtime? It's like you want to destroy our past. Of course, you want to preserve it like some shrine. I swear, the day you fell was probably the best day of your life. After that, you've always had Mom and Dad's constant love and attention. And I'm the awful older sister who let you go there by yourself and almost let you die. And they never let me forget it. What are you talking about? When did Mom and Dad ever say anything to you? They did, Emily, just not in front of you. They always treated me differently after that. And it didn't matter anymore if I had the best grades or achieved anything. They just never noticed me like they noticed you. And I can't really blame them. I blame myself. But finally, I seem to have done something to make them proud. For the first time, I really saw the sadness behind Rose's eyes. Rose, if our parents made you feel that way, then they owe you an apology. It was an accident, and I don't think much about that anymore. What I think about are those hundreds of other days we spent there, just me and you. I would give anything to have that again. For us, for our children, this isn't about preserving our past, Rose. It's about securing our future, together. I'm sorry, Em. I've wanted to tell you all this for so long. I know I've hurt you a lot, but I just thought that if I stayed away, I wouldn't be responsible for anything that happened to you. I'm really sorry. There's nothing to forgive, Rose. The woods have always been special, but it's you who made them that way. I just want my sister back. For the first time in years, we stood together, watching the sunset behind the trees. Hi, I'm Leslie, and this is my story. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. When I was a kid, my parents always fought a lot. Mom got so fed up that she yanked me out of bed one night and snuck me out the door. Mom, I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed. Shh, quiet. The next thing you know, we'd moved to a tiny apartment in a strange town, and I hated it. I screamed and cried for Mom to take us back home. Take me back. This is whack. I tried reaching out to my dad, but he was always too busy. That made me sad, but Mom found ways to cheer me up. Eventually, I got used to our new place, and hanging out with Mom was pretty cool. After a while, Mom met someone new. Soon they were married and we moved into a new house. My stepdad was nice, but his daughter was a witch. Hey, Dana. Welcome your new mom and stepsister. Welcome them? Ew, Dad, they're poor. Why are we keeping them here and feeding them? They're disgusting and gross. She's just kidding. She's a little shy. She's a sweetheart once you get to know her. Dana was the worst. She threw ketchup in my face, turned the lights off when I was reading, tossed my clothes out the window, and stole all my toys. I tried to tell my mom what was going on. Hey, babe, we're guests here. Dana is a bit spoiled, but we have to learn to accept her. Thank God Dana and I didn't go to the same school. Dana went to an expensive school for brats, and I begged my mom and stepdad to let me stay at my old school. But a few years later, things took a turn. My stepdad's company lost a ton of money, and he couldn't keep up with the bills. Girls, money is tight, so we'll have to enroll both of you in public school. Public school? Dana threw the biggest tantrum and refused to eat for a week, though I caught her sneaking cookies from the kitchen at night. On the first day of school, Dana acted like a total spoiled brat. Hey, everyone. You might see this girl talking to me, but that doesn't mean we're related. She's just our maid. No, she's our maid. No, she's our maid. No, she is our maid. No, she is our maid. Dana and I fought all the time. We shouted at each other in the hallway, had a food fight in the cafeteria, and one time during science class, we started shoving each other and accidentally hurt the teacher who was trying to separate us. She ended up with a broken nose. The kids thought we were insane. Neither of us had any friends. I mean, I couldn't blame them. Dana was a crazy witch, and I'm cool, but shy and weird and insecure and invisible, so yeah. After weeks of being outcasts, we grew a bit closer. Just a bit, because we were lonely and we only had each other. Then one day in first grade, our parents sat us down to give us some news. We're gonna have a baby. Oh, really? That's cool. A baby? Why would you go and do a stupid thing like that? The baby came and my parents were so happy. A beautiful little boy. Isn't he precious? Let's call him Sam. I fell in love with Sam immediately, even though he was annoying. He cried a lot and puked and peed all over the place. Dana avoided Sam like the plague. She'd lock herself in her room and only came out to eat. Look at his stupid, dirty face. OMG, why is he throwing food everywhere? I played with Sam every day. You're so good with him, honey. Could you watch Sam while Dad and I run some errands? Sure, no problem. As time went on, Mom and Dad started leaving him with me all the time. Eventually, I was Sam's permanent babysitter. When Sam turned 2, he turned into a maniac. He drew on the walls with crayons, smashed an expensive vase, and poured milk in my dad's office drawer. And they blamed me every time. That vase cost a fortune. I'm taking it out of your allowance. But it's not my fault. I told you so. Told me what? That the brat was a bad idea. It's only gonna get worse. And Dana was right. One day I had a huge chemistry test and told my parents way in advance that I needed to study, but they still shoved Sam in my face and just left. I'd had enough. I dropped Sam off in Dana's room and headed out the door. Where do you think you're going? I'm done with this family. I'm out of here. You can't just leave me with this thing. Watch me. Look, Sammy, she has cookies. Sam grabbed Dana and I walked out the door. No, get away. Leave me alone. Help. I hopped on the bus and went straight to my dad's. He was out of town when I got there, so his maid let me in. For the first time in a long time, I had peace and quiet. My mom and stepdad freaked out when they found out I'd left, but I refused to come back. In school the next day, Dana ran up to me, looking crazy. I can't take it. Please, come back home. I thought you hated me. I do, but Sam's a demon. He tore up all my clothes and flushed my makeup down the toilet. Sounds like you're getting a taste of your own medicine. I turned to walk away, but then Dana started bawling like a big baby. Please, I'll do anything. Just come back home. Okay, maybe I'll come back, but on one condition. You have to do what I say when I ask. No way. I'm not your maid. You won't be my maid. You'll be my assistant. That's even worse. Take it or leave it. Dana reluctantly agreed, but even if she hadn't, I'd have moved back anyway because I missed my little Sam. The thought of him being ignored by my shallow parents and selfish Dana made me sick to my stomach. I moved back in, and whenever our parents left us with Sam, I'd set up a schedule so Dana and I shared the responsibilities. Things were great for a while, but they took a turn when Sam turned 10. He stole my mom's diamond ring and gave it to his classmate to impress her. A pretty ring for a pretty girl. Are you crazy? I can't take this. Sam got so mad, he punched the girl in the face. Then he sold mom's ring to his friend. I'll give it to you for $50. 40. Deal. One day, Sam's teacher called my parents in for a meeting. Of course, they were too busy to go and sent me and Dana instead. We came because our parents have leukemia. Oh my god. No. She means anemia. No, I think I meant amnesia. They're getting old and crazy. They're just sick, and we came instead of them. Can you tell us what the problem is? Sam gave one of his classmates a black eye. He broke a window, and he's been terrorizing the other students. When we got home, I went straight to Sam's room. We need to talk about what's going on with you in school. I'm busy. If you keep this up, you might get expelled. Get out! Sam slammed the door in my face. He was very stubborn, but I wanted to help him. When my mom and stepdad came back that night, Dana and I told them everything. It's those mean kids. They hate me, and they're always making fun of me because I don't have nice things. Oh, darling, we're so sorry. We'll buy you new clothes. Then Mom took Sam on a shopping spree. I couldn't believe they fell for his act. Later that night, my parents went out of town for a business dinner, and Dana and I were watching MSA videos in my room when Sam appeared out of nowhere. Hey, stupid witches, you're gonna pay for telling on me. Get out of the way, psycho. We're trying to watch TV. Sam pulled out a huge jar of crickets from behind his back and smashed it it onto the floor. The crickets landed in our hair and all over our clothes. Get them, my pretties. A couple of months later, Mom and Stepdad called us into the living room to tell us we were moving into a brand new fancy house. So, wait, we're rich again? Yes. We have twice as much money as we had before. Thank God. I hated being poor. Now I can go to a fancy college. Only the best for my daughter. A month later, Dana left for college in another city. I could have gone away too, but I was too worried about Sam, so I got enrolled in a college close to home. But soon after, my stepdad enrolled Sam in an expensive private school, and he started hanging out with these spoiled rich kids. I had to make sure that he didn't get into some big trouble. In my sophomore year, I was reading in the park one day when suddenly I spotted a big dog running at crazy speed with a guy my age trying to grab his leash. His name was Alex, and he was a senior in my university. I gave him my hoodie, and we ended up talking for a while. I hadn't even realized 2 hours had gone by. Oh shoot, I gotta go. I gotta check in on my little brother. So, how do I get your hoodie back to you? Maybe I could take you out for dinner tomorrow? Oh, I'm sorry, but with the university and some things at home, I really don't have time to date. Gotcha. Well, here's my number. Just let me know where I can drop it then. He started walking away, and so did I, but a part of me felt like I was doing the wrong thing. Hey, wait! How about a coffee tomorrow? Sounds like a good place to start. Alex and I started dating, and being with him just made me happy. For the first time, it felt like someone was noticing what I needed and was taking care of me. But things at home with Sam just kept getting worse. He was skipping classes and getting detention all the time. And then some creepy guy started coming around the house looking for Sam when my parents weren't home. When I asked him who they were, he just told me to mind my business. Then one night, Sam came home with a bruised face. Are you okay? What's going on? I'm fine, sis. I can take care of myself. Sam, I can't be your babysitter forever. I have a life of my own. And one day, I'll just leave. Then leave. My life, my choices. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change. Then he just hugged me and cried. The next morning, I tried to talk to him, but he was already gone. I'm worried about Sam. I think something's going on with him. You worry too much, honey. Sam's fine. Have you seen his face? He said he got hurt during football practice. Ugh. Soon after I graduated, Alex proposed, and I was over the moon. I'd have to move out, but I would only be 10 minutes away from Sam. Not that he seemed to care much either way. And on my wedding day, Sam was nowhere to be found. I kept calling him, but I couldn't get through, and we couldn't postpone the ceremony any longer. I felt so upset that he had missed this. But 2 hours later, I finally got a panicked call from Sam, asking me to pick him up from some bad neighborhood. You're not a baby anymore. You just ruined one of the most important days of my life. I've always been there for you, and you couldn't even be there for me even today? I started to give up hope of fixing him. I was fighting a battle alone, a battle that wasn't mine, and my parents just made things worse. Sam failed high school, but my stepdad paid the school board to give him passing grades. It made me so mad, but I had no say in the matter. Then one day, the company I worked for gave me an amazing job promotion if I moved to California. It was a great opportunity, but I felt unsure. Alex supported me either way, but I tossed and turned all night thinking about what to do, and finally called Dana. You've got one life, Les. You can either live it for Sam or live it for yourself. Sam had started interning at his dad's firm, but I observed him for some weeks and saw that he still had the same kind of friends and was still blowing money and partying the same way. And I finally made my decision. What? You're going to California? That's across the country. I need you here, Les. No, not really. You only need me around to clean up your messes, but I'm done doing that, Sam. You were right. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change. Leslie, please. You're all I have. You've got Mom and Dad, and they'll take care of you in their own way. You're their kid. I just can't be your parent anymore. But you're my big sister, and I'll always be there for you as that. So when you decide to fix your ways, come and see me, okay? I love you, Sam, but I'm leaving. It's time.